Allison, Allison Fabulous, hilarious. And give it up for yourselves. You guys are a particularly awesome small crowd.
Yay!
Amazing. Before I get started, I would like to say if I have a seizure up here on stage, don't call the ambulance. Well, I should say on carpet. Don't call the ambulance. I don't have enough money to spend $300 for crossing the yellow line. I really don't. Having the doctor say, you had a seizure. I was like, really? That's what being epileptic was about. I might be wrong, but that's just what I do. All right, so on to the show.
So do I. I got some pills, Joe.
Yeah, just toss them in my mouth. One on one side. Did anybody watch the first Democratic debate? No?
No.
All right, good. Some of you will get this joke. The most amazing thing happened during the first Democratic debate, and Bernie Sanders had just explained the difference between democratic socialism and socialism for like the 1,000th time. And Anderson Cooper, I think that's his name, goes, so is anybody up on stage not a capitalist?
Yeah.
And all the candidates all of a sudden were dead-ass silent, like there was an abusive father figure in the room. You know, like just staring them down, like if you say anything other than capitalist, I'm gonna whip your little fucking ass so hard. And Bernie Sanders was just standing there on his podium like, yeah, I fucking said it. Yeah, that was me. So I live a fairly strange life. I just moved into a new apartment building. And I was meeting some neighbors, and they went off onto a tangent. They were talking about this guy who apparently died with a crack pipe to his lips. True story. They came in and they go, oh, the craziest thing was he had a smile on his face when they removed the body. And I was like, that's not strange, that's rigor mortis. That's exactly what that is. And then they were like, yeah, you know, Jesus called him home. Jesus called him home, that's what happened. And I was like, well... And I respectfully disagree with them on that one. Just mainly because it sounded like an exit strategy. He turned around and looked at his life and was like, shit, all of this is so messed up, I'm just going to buy as much crack as I can, smoke my heart into exploding, and call it a day. And I think everybody should have an exit strategy. I do. I'll tell you on mine. If my life ever gets to that point, I'm going to go up north, find a grizzly bear, strip naked, have nothing but a Bowie knife, and fight that motherfucker. Because 9 times out of 10, that bear is just going to rip you apart. That one time, though, out of 10, you're going to come out of it with a reason to live. Because 1, you're going to have an awesome story to tell. And 2, you're going to have a badass quote to go with it. I mean, protect yourself from the cold and just be the guy who kills the grizzly bear? Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, you're going to have to excuse me because I'm still looking at my stuff here. I used to take a relative cocktail of medications, but I used to have fun with it. I would go to a party.
It's dangerous.
Almost. But I would go to a party, and I'd be drinking my water, and I would show up to a bunch of people that I didn't really know, and just slug down all 7 of my pills, drink it, and go, alright, who's ready to have a good fucking time? I'm taking this bitch to the next level. Let's do it, guys. And I got my gin and tonic, and just slug down all my barbiturates. This is going to be great. Does anyone else feel like every gazebo is the site of a future breakup or an established marriage? Okay, I'm not the only one. Thank you. That's good. That's good. I used to surf, which was fun, and you usually try to surf with people because of sharks. Sharks are bad, and but you have to really trust your friends when you do it. I was sitting out on the line with one of my buddies, and usually when you're sitting out on the line, one person's facing the beach and the other person's facing the break. And we were talking and shooting the shit, and he was talking about how he failed to hit on a woman on the beach because he's an idiot. And all of a sudden he stops mid-sentence and turns just white as a sheet, and he turns around and paddles off. And I was like, oh, that's kind of strange. You don't usually see that happen unless, there's ectoplasm involved. And I turned around and there was this huge fin just beelining straight towards us because we look like seals from underneath. I think that's a real good thing. And I was like, what the hell, man? You can't like throw up a fin or say, shark! Like, somebody's gonna eat your fucking ass. So I took up skateboarding instead because I thought it would be a lot safer. And then I read that you have a higher chance of getting raped by a dolphin than eaten by a shark. You know, I don't know. Now I don't know what to believe. You know? Look out, Flipper's gonna rape you, or Dog's gonna eat you. I have no idea what's going on that stage. I used to be a musician, like many of the people in here. I was a musician for about 5 years. I was standing guitarist for bands who were too dysfunctional to play with each other. And we used to have a little bit of a joke, back in the 90s and late 2000s, is we'd flub up and go, oh, well, hold on, I'm going to go backstage and shoot up some heroin, and I'll be much better when I come back out. And I had to stop because that stopped being a joke after a while amongst all my friends, and I was like, this is not a good scene anymore. I need to get out of here. But being in a band is interesting. It really is. You can really pick out every position and just kind of characterize them. Like the lead guitarist position is easily comparable to musical masturbation. I mean, they kind of just follow the band for 75 to 85% of the time, and then when the solo comes around, it's a virtual ejaculation of random notes and flashy finger work. I think that's either way they get most of the girls, or that is actually a joke about my sex life. Just me getting my frustrations out about being a backup guitarist. Let's see. Let me just flip through here just a second. I had a couple of really good ones that I wanted to tell you. So there are robot cops in Silicon Valley now. Robot cops. So I was looking at it and I looked up the way they look. They look like white Daleks, which kind of frightened me because it's either the Daleks have figured out a way to come over the world or the police are just not even putting on a front anymore. And after I read the article, I was like, so is the racism going to be programmed in automatically? Or is it going to be like a 6-month patch that's down the line? Or hopefully they'll just leave it out altogether. That's what I hope. So has anybody gotten texted from the wrong number consistently for about a month? And you tell them it was the wrong number and they just don't fucking believe you? And you're like, you're Steve. I know you're Steve. He's like, no, I'm not on Alan. Well, I got a way to fix it for you if you do have this particular problem. Next, if you have an unlimited data plan and you know that they don't, because their text will stop like at a certain point in the month. You send them like War and Peace at the beginning of every month. Just loads and loads of text, and you can switch it up once a month. You can send them like the Bible or Homer's Iliad or something ridiculously long, so they don't have the minutes to text you anymore. So I call that data warfare. That's what that is. All right, I'm going to leave you on this one because I'm kind of getting tired. You're all laughing me to death. So when I'm online, I like to play a little game. It's a lot like 6 Degrees of Separation to Kevin Bacon, only with porn. I'll give you an example of how to do it. You go to your freshest Google site and turn off the safe search and type in your favorite childhood thing, like a Disney cartoon, something like that. And just type in the character's name and then count how many links it takes to turn into a porn site. Because online we all know that that's what it is. It's just 6 degrees to porn. That's all that it is. I mean, everybody's childhood will get ruined. That is amazing. That's how I become a grown-up. That's how I know that I'm becoming a grown-up, because everything that I love is turning into porn. All right, y'all have been amazing. I'm going to call Allison Stardust back up here and take me off the stage. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Facebook.